Did you know that financial restatements have more than doubled in 2021? And the year's not even over. When we dig into the numbers, we find that there's been over 650 restatements in the topic of financial instruments alone. Now, we know a lot of this was driven by an SEC statement in April of this year, where the SEC specifically targeted warrants that were common in SPAC transactions. What followed was over 500 SPACs restating their financial statements to reclassify their warrants from equity to liability. It also caused a number of other non-SPAC entities to revisit their warrants and equity-linked instruments. So in light of all these restatements, I thought I'd share a couple tips that you can use when you're determining the appropriate accounting for your warrants or equity-linked instruments. Tip number one is that you cannot assume that you get the same accounting as your neighbor on a similar instrument. It's far too common for companies to go look and see how their publicly traded peer is accounting for a similar instrument and think that they can apply the same accounting. There's really no shortcut to the accounting analysis that needs to be done. You have to go through your specific terms of your arrangement, which brings me to tip number two. You have to carefully assess all the terms. The details really matter here. The accounting model is not a probability-based model when it comes to warrant classification. It is a possibility-based model. So there can be a situation where the warrants could be forced to net cash settle, and it's highly remote, but there's a theoretical possibility of that occurring that would trip them to not classify that warrant in equity. This comes as a surprise to many companies. So it's really important to document all the terms and all the potential features that can change the settlement terms and carefully run through each of those through the accounting literature. If you're interested in understanding the SEC statements and the issues that were raised earlier this year, go ahead and click the link that's in this post. Thanks for watching.